Hello, traders. Welcome back to the Chart Whisperer, where we only trade when the market pays us to. I hope whatever time you're seeing this, you are having or have had a good day. Without wasting any further time, let's get into today's analysis. So I'm not gonna go into the dollar index today, simply because nothing has changed. I won't even open. Okay, but I never did open treasury. But yeah, you don't need to know that. You just see it still the same thing. So I'll leave that right away. Dow Jones. What is it? 7 days of consolidation they've done in this area here happens a lot actually after level two. I do kind of anticipate one more level, although they did kind of break it. As you can see, they did kind of start making the move for the next level. So, um, this actually could be a level, but I don't think it's complete. So we'll see how that pans out. I expect them to maybe extend that low a little bit further before looking for reversals. But in either case, I will not be trading this one here. I'm just gonna stay out. Nasdaq, they actually completed their 3 levels. I was waiting for long yesterday at last month's low. They didn't get there, but I still want to go long, so I'll be waiting here. And at yesterday's low as well. Cable. Two days levels of rise, as you can see, and then a pull back to the mayonnaise. Very common. I expect them to complete their level, but I don't know if it'll take one day because they kind of need to beat this high here or break this high. So we'll see how that pans out. But yeah, I'm looking to go long here. We'll discuss areas of interest later. The euro, pretty much the same thing. Kind of getting bored of this entire period here of chop, but I still expect to go long and this under similar circumstances to the pound. So we'll come back and discuss points of interest as normal, but I definitely want to go long. Australia, on the other hand, actually has completed all 3 levels of rise, and I expect them to reverse. I'm looking for them to likely come do it here at last week's high, but they could also offer something in between, maybe from yesterday's high. Let's just say in this region here, anything's possible, and slightly above last week's high as well, obviously. USDCAD. I just want to take a moment to appreciate USDCAD's 3 levels of drop. Um, Pretty clean. Yes, they took longer, but I like how clear it was, and once they completed it, swift reversal, no question asked. So yeah, I do actually expect this to go um up from here. 2 more levels of rise. We'll see how that goes. I know correlation kind of doesn't necessarily agree with that, especially when you think about other dollar pairs, the euro and the cable. But there are instances, and I've mentioned before that levels are the most important of all the factors, if you will. So I'm going to go off of the level count here. Dollar Swiss, kind of weird. It's kind of been opposite movement. They've got 2 levels of drop. I expect to see one more level of drop. They're pretty clear. If you look at it, it's kind of the inverse of the pound as well as the euro, which kind of adds a bit more comfortability for me. I like it when they're um, respecting correlation like that. Kind of makes confidence in a setup a little stronger for me, at least. Um, and S&P 500, yeah, just one level of drop on their side, and consolidated for a bit. So I want to continue this direction. I want to go short. Doesn't look like I found an entry, but yeah, we'll come back to that. And let's go see where can we actually take trades. Okay, like I said, Dow Jones definitely staying out. Nasdaq, let's see where would the ADR low. Ah, ADR lows also uncomfortably close. In fact, it is before the the area of interest that I cared about most, which is the previous week and month's highs. However, I do think maybe at yesterday's low there could be something. It does help that it coincides with Asian session low as well. So let's see how that goes. I'll be looking to take a long from here if it presents. The cable, like I said, I want to go long there. As you know, first we pay attention to the initial low of the day, and then the secondary, or the secondary, but because they appear like that here, then the previous day's low. So this region is what I'd expect a stop hunt to occur. Oh, is where I would prefer the stop hunt to occur. Euro yesterday's low. In fact, same thing really. Initial slash yesterday's low is where we want our W formation to form. Australian. Now I don't normally trade it from this Asian high here, but if they gave me a nice reversal pattern here, which that ship seems to have sailed already, so I'll have a look at yesterday's high, and perhaps this region, like I said, this region is where a sensible setup could appear. Let's see. USDCAD, I actually would have gone long at the initial high of the day. Asian session low, so let's just see. I'm almost definitely ruled out of this, but let's see. Maybe something happens around this region if they show like clear, obvious signs. Then maybe I'll take a position. But yeah, they look like they're not interested in giving me something today. We'll see how it goes though. The problem is that there's no way to actually set an alert here. I know. It's not likely that I catch a position here, and if I do, I'd have to sit here, stare at the charts, and wait for it. And that is not how I work, so yeah, not likely that I'll get a position. But if I stumble upon it, then maybe. Swiss franc, we want to go short there. Initial high of the day. Oh, and it's even yesterday's high of the day. Something nice could come from here. Let's see how price develops. And finally, S&P, nothing to trade there. Yeah, those are all the instruments that I will be or could be trading today, rather. That's actually it. Just make sure you join the link in the description. There are two links in there actually. One is a discussion group where it's open to everybody. We talk about the charts, what trades we're taking. Recently we were comparing notes basically between position trading and my style, which is more of a day trading kind of system. So it's just good to engage with other BTMM traders. Also in the channel itself, I kind of give a macro breakdown. I do also consider a lot of macro factors when determining my bias, or the strength of my bias rather. And I don't usually do that in the YouTube video because it's quite extensive. But if you click the link in the channel, you'll actually see the one that I posted just yesterday, and there will be one or two of those every single week. It makes a huge difference for confluence, and it will also help during news releases, just to have the right idea and expectation for the next days, weeks, sometimes even months. So yeah, if that's kind of something you'd find value in, make sure you click the link in the description for the channel, and then when you're there, you might as well join the discussion group. Otherwise, thank you for joining me in this analysis, and I will see you guys in the next one.